Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys part 2 of my carnival looks. So if you want to see how I got this look, just keep on watching. So of course my eyebrows are already done, and I'm taking the LA Girl Pro Concealer in the shade Porcelain, and I'm putting that all over my eyelids to give my eyes a clean base. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and pat that out and wait for it to get a little dry so that it can spread a little bit thicker. And then I'm going to set it with airspun powder so that it does not crease on me. Now I'm going to take the Nomad palette by Juvia's Place, and I'm going to take the first shade in the second row, and I'm just going to blend that into my crease, and I'm going to use that as a transition color. But I'm also going to use this color to create a peachy color, so you'll see how I do that in the next clip. At the time, I was having a hard time getting the camera to focus. So for reference, right now I'm using the shade Fonty from the Warrior 3 palette by Juvia's Place, and that is what's going to help me get that peachy tone that I'm looking for. So now I'm going to be going in the same palette, and I'm going to be taking the shade Candice, which is this really beautiful purple shade, and I'm going to put that right under the color that I just created. Now with this purple, I'm going to pat the color on. When you have dark colors, you want to pat it on, or even like colors that are probably like not as pigmented. If you really want it to get pigmented, pat the colors on, and then you can go out and blend the edges, as you can see me doing here. Like I'm kind of taking the tip of the brush and I'm kind of just blending it in to the first color that I put down. But make sure, if you want to intensify your colors, pat first and then blend. Don't just go in and start blending right away. Pat the color on first and then blend. And as you can see, I am going back in with the other brush just to soften up the edges. Now I'm going to take the Morphe 35B palette, and I'm going to use this another purple shade. The first purple shade that we put down was more of a violet purple. I think this one is a little bit of a true purple. It's a little bit darker, so it's going to help me deepen up that crease area. Now I'm going to take my Lancome eye makeup remover, and I'm going to cut my crease with a Q-tip using this. I did mention this product in my last video, and I also did say that if you do not have an eye remover, or this one specifically, you can use some Vaseline and it works the exact same way. Just make sure you're cleaning it up well. Go back in with the opposite end of the Q-tip and just clean it up more, because you don't want the oil to stay on your eye. You want to make sure you wipe everything off so that you get a nice clean base, and it helps cut your crease so perfect. So of course now I'm going to go back in with a Porcelain, and I'm going to cut my crease so that I have another nice clean base. Afterwards, you're going to see me tap some of the product off. With this concealer specifically, I like to wait for it to get a little dry, because it helps like move the product better. Yeah, and then after I finish cut the crease, again, I'm just going to pat some of the concealer off to get any excess off so it's not so watery. And then I'm going to go in with more air powder and just set it. Now I'm going to go back in the Nomad palette from Juvia's Place, and I'm going to use the first color in the third row, and I'm going to separate the crease that I just cut, and I'm going to separate it into 3 sections. So the first third, I'm going to apply that nude color. Then I'm taking the Morphe 35G palette, and I'm going to be using the 3rd and 4th shimmer shades in the first row, of course, like you saw, and I'm going to just place it right on top. For the second third of my eyelid, I am going to do the same exact thing I did when I started with the peach shade. I'm going to take the shade out of the Nomad palette and the shade out of the Warrior 3 palette to create that same peachy tone, and I'm going to blend it in to the first color that I put down on my eyelid. Outer corner, I'm just going to go back in with the shade, the purple shade from the Morphe 35B palette, and I'm going to blend that into the peach shade and into the raw edges. The way you can see where like I finished cut the crease, I'm just going to deepen it up there. Pigment I'm using today is from Mayo Cosmetics. I will leave the link in the description. It's kind of like a silver pigment. You can use any kind of silver pigment. This is a loose pigment, of course. Again, I will leave it in the description, and I'm kind of just focusing it on the 2 colors that are in the front. So the silver looking shade, which is like, it pays off more of a white after I put the pigment. And then I'm going to just add the excess and spread it out onto the peach shade. And of course, to line my eyelids, I'm using the NYX Matte Liquid Liner. This is like literally the only eyeliner that I use. At first, I wanted to do a wing liner, but then I stopped myself and I realized I just wanted a line across my eyes. So that's where you're going to see me like pause, like I didn't know what I was doing, but yeah, that's what the problem was. So after I put the eyeliner, since it's black, I'm going to just go with the Morphe 35B palette. I'm going to take the black shade and just dab it in the corner. Like, it's not nothing much, nothing major. Just to, you know, deepen it up a little bit and blend the eyeliner out. primer today, I'm going to be using the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser Primer. And I'm just going to rub that all into my face. And right now, I am trying the Il Makiage foundation. I actually really like it. It's the Woke Up Like This foundation. And I'm in the shade 230. I did the test online. And like I said, it came back and matched me really well. So this part, I, of course, dropped it on me. But yeah, I think it goes really well with my skin, and so far I like it. You only really need a little bit, so that's why I only use like one pump. I really didn't even need as much as I used. And don't ask me why I started blending the foundation on my forehead and I did not put concealer on the top of my eyebrows. I have no idea why I did that. But yeah, I'm gonna go back in and conceal my eyebrows. But for right now, I'm just blending out because the foundation with a flat foundation brush. So now I'm deciding between two eyeliners I found at the beauty supply store, but as you will see, I used the blue one in the end. And now I'm just going to take, I believe I started using Toffee for my eyebrows. I don't know if this is Toffee or Fawn, I honestly don't remember. But I know that I started using Toffee and it's been looking really, really well. So I'm not sure which shade this is, but I know this is an LA Girl concealer. So this blue eyeliner that I'm gonna use is from NK. It's in the shade Deep Sky Blue, and I'm sorry I couldn't really get a good angle of me putting it on because the mirror was like, I needed to like get real close to it. But yeah, I really think this look needed a pop of color, so that's why I used the blue and not the pink. So I'm going in with the Warrior 3 palette, and I'm using that purple to blend everything out. Then I'm gonna go with a black shade under my eye from the Morphe 35B palette. And I heard that they discontinued that palette. I know I use it a lot in my videos, but again, any black shade will work. Just putting it under my eyes, and I'm making sure to try and keep the blue very, very visible. My face is as normal. If you've seen any of my other videos, I'm using really the same exact products. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in the shade Cafe. I'm gonna put it under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, and on my chin. Then I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Cream Palette, and I'm gonna use the shade Carob, and I'm just gonna put that on my cheekbones. To set my highlighted areas, I'm going to be using the Black Opal setting powder, loose finishing powder, or whatever it's called. It's in the shade Medium. Usually just look up and I press it in to my face. I don't really like to bake because I feel like, first of all, I'm not even going anywhere, and two, it kind of leaves you a little cakey. So I just like to press it in. And to set my contour, I'm using the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette, medium to dark, and I'm using the contour shade, of course, and I'm just going over what I've already blended in. And I'm just going in with my brush, my foundation brush. This is key to just go back in and just blend up any harsh lines, any edges, any of that. This step I normally do not do. This carving out my cheekbones, I normally do not do this because I have a hard time getting rid of that cast that it leaves, but I decided to do it today. I don't know why. So as you can see, I'm blending it out immediately with my face powder, and I'm going in and I'm really like trying to get that powder off. I don't know why it stays so hard. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong, but I don't like to do this step at all. I don't know why I did it today. So I'm going to use the same palette and take the highlight shade, and I'm just going to use that for my nose and my brow bone. Then I'm going to go in with the same Mayo Cosmetics pigment, and I'm just going to put that in my tear duct. So for my lashes, I'm going to be using the Doll Cat lashes. These are from the beauty supply store. They're in the style Janessa. I'm going to use dual lash glue to apply it. But first, of course, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Great Lash mascara in Blackest Black. This is my favorite mascara. Like, I really do love it. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to be using the dual lash glue to apply the lashes today. I'm still getting used to the dual lash glue. I don't know. It's okay. It's cool or whatever. Now for the gems, which is our favorite part of this entire look, of course. These gems I got off of Amazon. They're face gems. I got like a pack of like 12, I think. I don't remember how much, but of course I will leave it in the description down below. And it also came with some glitters, so that was cool. I did not realize how big this thing was going to be. Like, I thought because my forehead was big, it would fit. But I guess with the frontal, that kind of took away. Then I also didn't realize that one side had, I don't know if you could see like where my eyebrow is. On one side, which is my left side in the video, there's like 3 more extra gems at the bottom. So like it was on my eyebrows this whole time and I did not know. So listen, y'all, I just stuck the gems on my forehead. Even if it was on my baby hairs, I was like, listen, it gotta stick because this is the one I want to use. So I did that, and then I put the ones that go under your eyes, and I think it came out really, really cute. So for my lips, I'm using the same brown liner that I use every time I line my lips. Then I'm gonna go in with my Ish lip statement palette, and I'm gonna take the 4th shade in the 2nd row, and I'm gonna apply that to the middle of my lips and rub it in. And to brighten it up, I think I used the 4th shade in the 1st row, And then I know afterwards I went in with the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Madeline, and I rubbed everything together. And that was my lip combo for today. So to mattify my face, I just went in with my MAC Studio Fix in NW48, and I'm just patting that along my face. And then I'm going to take some Nairobi. Of course, again, y'all already know I mentioned this in the last couple videos. This wig, you can get it on my website just to pop out the curls. I just use some foam. And for an extra bit of highlight, I went in with the same pigment that I used on my eyes, and I applied it to my cheekbones. So that is the end of today's tutorial. That is part 2 for you guys. I hope you like it. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, all the links that I said and that I mentioned, I will leave it in the description. And do not forget to check out part 1 if you have not already. Part 3 will be, of course, next Friday at 12 p.m. Stay tuned. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on all my social medias. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.